Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over some trading filters. We have a bunch of new people on the channel who've been subscribing, checking out the streams. Absolutely appreciate it. And the number one question is, how are we getting our coins, and how do you find kind of trading filters? So let me kind of walk you guys through what I do. So if you do enjoy, feel free to smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. Let's see if we can get 50 likes on this video, and comment down below which trading filter is your favorite. So essentially, this is how we do unlimited league SBCs as well. Besides doing the libertadores over and over and over, essentially what I do is I go through every single league SBC with silver cards. So let's go to max buy now 400. We see that most cards will sell in the hour for 400. Looks like some goalkeepers might go for less. But essentially, I know if I bid 200 to 250 coins, I can win a lot of these. So I'm going to go through mass bid 250, and then we're going to go in and snipe as well. So this is kind of the foundation to the SBC. These are relatively cheap right now. They typically go up a little bit more in price, so I'm picking them up when they're low. I store them in my club, and we can kind of use that as an investment, and we can do the league SBC for cheap. Now, if prices rise when we're doing the league SBC, we have a bunch of cards then in our club that we can sell on for profit. So looks like we have some heavy competition there. I'm going to do a 250 filter there. We're going to see if we can snipe some of these cards. So what I'm looking for, the more and more you do these SBCs, is you're going to understand which cards have the most value, maybe which teams are the most important. But right now we're just kind of getting some snipes, and we're going to be checking to see what goes for what. So we picked up quite a few cards here. Looks like this guy is going for 600 within the hour. Looks like a lot of these are popping up for 200 actually. So sitting on a 250 buy now might not be a bad idea if cards are already going on bid for 250. So let's pull these out, kind of see what we can sell for these. If we can store them, we'll store them. Store those. This one, center back, he's going for, looks like 500 within the hour. He might take the whole hour to sell, but that's fine. Looks like this one is going for about 600 coins at some point within the hour, so we'll list it for that. And if these don't sell at that price, we can always get them later. So after I do that, I know that this league needs silver rares as well. So we're going to look at silver rare prices. They're typically around 400, 450. We're going to look for anything that's not a striker. Typically picking these up is a really good deal because people need the chem. So we'll pick up all these. If we have them already, we'll flip the other ones for profit. Oh, there we go. If we don't have them, we'll store them in our club, again, to run through league SBCs later. And if we don't need the card or we want to sell it on when prices go up, we can do that. But these are pretty low prices right now. Typically 300 to 400 is the range you want to go for if you can win positions that aren't strikers. But 450 works really well too. So let's see what we have out of these. Looks like we don't have any of them in the club, so we'll store them. But what price are these currently going for? Looks like we could potentially get maybe 800 coins for that one within the hour. We could try to list. This one would probably go for 650. This one looks like it could go for 700 potentially. So a lot of potentially good deals. Now I'm going to go to bronze rare because bronze rares are important too. These typically sit around 200 to 250. So we're going to go in, boom, get that snipe for 200. Next, let's buy now for this card. Looks like we could potentially list for 600 coins. Now, a question I get a lot is people ask me, why do I not check till the 59th minute of cards when I do this? And I say kind of like, oh, it looks like it can go for this price within the hour, but I only check about like with 20 minutes left or so. It's because cards typically get bought out in advance with league SBCs. So if we look to, let's say, the 59th minute, right, we scroll all the way up. You can do that technically, but those cards that are already the lowest typically get bought out pretty quickly. So I kind of sell at some of the next lowest prices, or technically the lowest there. So if it gets lower, we just essentially store it in our club if we don't have it already when it's cheap, or if it gets lower in price, we can go through and I just completely lost my train of thought. Never mind. So let's look at Pro League now. We see that cards are going for 350 within the hour. If we go to 300, we're going to notice a very similar thing where a lot of cards are selling, but it mainly looks like goalkeepers. So this time we're going to bid, instead of 250, we're going to bid up to 200 because these are a little cheaper. Pro League's typically cheaper. Oh yeah, I remembered what I was going to say before. People say when we don't look to the 59th minute that that's a bad thing. You technically can lazy list if you want. There's nothing wrong with lazy listing. If you're picking up deals or you're picking up things and you're listing for more than the lowest buy now and it ends up selling for that price, all it does is guarantee yourself more profit along the way. So feel free to keep doing that. Then we're going to snipe these at 200 as well. We're going to see if any pop up at 200. Pro League's typically pretty cheap to do. So I don't know how many cards might pop up here. Let's try 250. Can we snipe at 250? Looks like we could potentially go to the 59th minute at 250 and find some good deals. Here's a center back. Center backs are typically good pickups no matter what the league. Anything, again, for 200 is a good pickup. If you're looking for high-rated cards, that could be a thing too, because you need rating in a lot of these solutions. So mainly look for those, but essentially just look yourself. Try to find something that works for you. You don't necessarily need to copy what I do. You can try this for yourself. If you're on Xbox or PC, market might be a little different. This is kind of the best way that you can explore to see what works. I really have no set thing I do besides check prices, right? I might have the Lib League that I like more than anything, but mainly I'm just checking prices of different leagues to see what things are at. So this looks like it might be a good deal. Looks like it was bought. CSL cards for silvers at least typically seem to have higher buy nows, and these typically seem to go up in price. So if we go to 550, you can win a lot of these on bid pretty simply too. So let's do a 250 max price. Let's bid up to 300. Looks like we got 7 minutes left, 11 minutes left. So maybe right now is not the best time for CSL, but we'll place a couple bids anyways, because if we know we win these, that means we can go back in and bid some more, because typically people aren't on the filter then. Then what do I do with the cards I bid on? If you have coins, you can store these in your club and again, sell duplicates. If you don't have coins and you're low and you're going to run out, feel free to flip the duplicates right away. That's up to you. Again, this is how I run through League SBCs really cheap. People have been asking too how I have so many cards for League SBCs. Besides having the all untradeable cards from doing the Lib and some other League SBCs, this is how I get it as well. Just kind of going through and doing this. So if I wanted to list these right now, I could. I could also use this as an investment and wait till later to sell these on when they might be up in price. For example, one of the things I typically do, and you guys have noticed this on stream, if I'm doing a method on stream, typically a lot of people will start doing it too. So if you guys know the methods I'm doing, watch the streams or watch the videos, do these methods during the day, and then sell during stream, typically prices are a little higher. So those are going to be those filters. Let's look for one more league, and then we're going to go on to show you some other things that I do. So let's do MLS. MLS is a fun one. We'll go to 400 coins for MLS. Everything sells pretty quickly for 400. If we go to 450, looks like everything still sells within the hour for 450. So again, we're going to do 250 to 300 bids. And again, you can bid at whatever price you want. You don't necessarily need to do these. I know that I'm winning these cards for guaranteed profit. No matter how much profit it is, I really don't care too much. I'm taking it. At this point of the year, I'm just kind of making coins, making packs, and keeping this going as long as I can. Hopefully, we'll get to 10 million before the end of Team of the Year. And if that's the case, then hopefully we can do a ton of League SBCs throughout the rest of the year as well. Hopefully, by Team of the Season, we can have such a coin total built up that when people kind of get sick of the game and don't want to play it anymore, we have kind of a channel that can do unlimited content, unlimited SBCs, unlimited packs, and hopefully that could keep you guys entertained a little bit more than maybe gameplay at that point. But we'll go through and try to snipe these. And again, sometimes you just don't get any luck. Sometimes a million pop up. It completely depends on the time you're doing it. Completely depends on what league's popping at the moment. Just keep looking around. It's always changing, but you have the ability to kind of search for these yourself. You don't necessarily need to do what I do. As long as you're understanding why I'm doing it, that's the biggest thing. This card goes for 500. We'll take double the coins there. And now let's do something else. So we can do upgrade packs too. So if you're someone who's grinding League SBCs, this is something you might want to check. So if I go to silver upgrade, I have a lot of silver untradables from off leagues. So things that aren't League SBCs and really wouldn't have too much purpose. So I'm going to store them in here. I'm going to throw them in here. Even the rares, commons, all these are untradable. If I maybe wanted to save some of the rares for an icon SBC team where you need a full silver rare team, feel free to do that. I just have so many at this point, it's worth it just throwing them. You could put these into marquee matchups as well. But at this point, I'm going to use these to make common golds, to potentially pack an inform in these, potentially pack, I think, a headliner you can get in them. Schick's still in packs. You can get them in these. But then I'm going to use these to build the 81 plus double upgrades instead of having to buy the commons on the market. And then if we get any duplicates out of these, or we're looking for something to do with the common golds, we can make gold upgrade packs or put these into League SBCs to get more rare golds. So that's essentially what I'm doing a lot of the time. And I haven't done this in a while, honestly, is kind of go in and clear my club. So a little club management from time to time is really good. If you're opening League SBC packs as well, depending on the league you're doing, you might have a lot of consumables as well. Make sure you guys are taking care of those consumables. Sell them. A lot of contracts do have value. You just might have to list them a couple times. Yeah, this is essentially the grind, dudes. Looks like that league we don't have too many in. But yeah, we have been making packs like crazy. I think I went through some of the lower league SBCs last night. Made quite a few packs. We have 45. Bunch of 2 silver packs and 3 common gold player packs because I'm hoping we have a Sunderland player in the team of the week this week. If we can, that'd be awesome. But we have 6 rare Electrums so far. I'm going to try to build 10 at least for the stream. If we could get 10 to 15, we might kind of see their luck and build a bunch of 81 pluses off of that. So I'm going to leave it there. If you guys have any questions on how I find trading tips or how I kind of do League SBCs when they're tradable cards, this is kind of it. But feel free to ask if you have any more questions, and I'll try my best to answer them. Discord is in the description if you want to join. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video. We'll catch you next time. It's been your boy MumboElite. I'm out. God bless.